Great and beautiful morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 322 edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Yes, I would say that the market across the globe have opened on a positive note. Good news for the last trading week of the month of no, August. For me is a good start for this week. We are seeing across the globe, Africa, Asia, Europe, US. We are seeing that the market is in green, and for me, it's a good start. This is the last week of the month of August. Also, that usher in the month of September, and I believe that this last trading week for this month, yes, if you're to be end of the quarter, I would say quarter window dressing, but we are seeing that also monthly window dressing might likely come. And at the same time, like I always say that in any market where you are trading, even when you are trading your plans, you have your set goals, you must look at what is happening. What I mean, it is the macroeconomic data, government and part of a physical and the monetary authority that drive sentiment in the market, and the sentiment also will show you on the chart. Chart will also show you what is happening in terms of people psychology and all those stuff. That's why you as a trader, even when you have used your technical analysis, you look at your fundamental, your sentiment, thinking outside the box is very, very important. Thinking, trying to see what is happening within your locality, within your where you trade, your environment, reality on ground will also help you to know where the stream will go to. This is why, as a trader investor, you don't just invest and go and sleep. You invest and look at what is happening in the market, and also follow that trade with knowledge, and also what is happening formation. Also, because you have your goal that is guiding you, you must look at it at any given time. And also, when it comes for you to change strategy, you also look at what is happening, because it is what is happening within the market, the environment will forward a change of strategy. But since you have already a plan you are trading, you will know how to follow that plan. And also, at the end of the day, you review your plan to see if your plan has helped you achieve your goal. You will know. If it did not, you will know. This is how to trade. Don't just because you are investing in what you are trading, you just do it once and go. No, you must understand what is happening in the market. Yes, let's start from what is happening in Asia and generally what is happening in the market. We know that last Friday, the Western banks, governors or chairman, they all met, and from the meeting there, we have seen that a clear direction that this rate hike might likely continue or a pause. But despite all this, market this morning woke up on another dimension just because of what one physical move from China. China have been finding way, the government to make sure they stimulate the economy, kind of put in that direction, because since they lifted the COVID-19 restriction, the economy have been wobbling, and now we are using both monetary and physical. That's why it's good to always look at these two instruments, look these two authorities coming together to show that they shape the economy and also give the economy the required boost to drive what demand. Knowing that last week I told you that they cut their interest rate with another 10 basis points. Yes, well, I'm not saying that the physical as well, the government is also cutting trading tax for traders, investors in that environment. You can see this also impacted not only China market, across the market across the globe. Yes, because you know that China and the US are the major market that set the pace. And also, all eyes are still to see what the China purchasing manager for the month of August will be. Why that of US? All eyes are still on also some data between now and Friday, on inflation and also no payroll. These are the things that will determine if Fed in US will continue to hike rate, why China is trying to come up, to boost consumption, boost demand, so that we can see things changing there. In that same China, we have seen that one of the biggest oil refinery in that China has posted a loss because of what? Because of what? Low demand. Because purchasing power people have dropped. These are the things we want to look at. And I believe that, don't forget that I said last night that deflation and inflation, there are two things that that affect economy. Even when prices are low, there's no people are not willing to buy. It's also a problem. These are the things that is happening that investors are looking what to do, and that's why even when the market was up this morning, people are playing with a lot of caution. But it's good that the market is opening in that direction at this hour. You must understand all this. If you come back home here, don't forget that we saw our GDP figure for Q2 2023. We saw it was a mixed growth for me, but people are saying so global. But I tell you that number is disappointing. But I tell you that even in all environment, whether there is war, there is disappointing data, GDP, inflation, there's still opportunity. Even when rate is high, there's still opportunity. You as a trader, when people are complaining, yes, we only need the data to analyze. But when people are complaining of what, you look at what are the opportunity in this thing that is wrong. You want to find out something. Yes, the GDP was disappointed because if you compare the growth we saw from quarter to quarter from Q1 to 2, yes, you can say from 2.31 to 2.51, fine, good. But if you compare it to the same period in 2022 that we recorded about 3.54, you can see that it's a big decline. And that if you look at also the key sector that contributed to this GDP, the marginal growth we saw on quarter by quarter basis, it is that you can see that the service sector has done powerfully there, about 4.5%. You can see that usually if you look at also happened recently in terms of half year performance, in terms of the corporate earnings, you can see that in the service sector that we have seen a kind of growth trajectory is being sustained from what they had in Q1 and Q2. I believe that also happened in Q3. You must look at what is happening in your environment to know exactly what to do. If you look at what is happening in China, like I was saying before I enter our market, if you look at China, you see that stock in Asia stock has just opened up, today sharply on what with the shares of China, especially as a result of the physical authority move to kind of stimulate the consumption, and also this is what I believe that has supported, and also as far as has been focused also on indicators from the world largest economy, especially as I mentioned, US and China. These two, but investors are still very optimistic about China's economy and their stock. With this intervention of reducing the trading tax, that it may also have the work of also impacting positively going to but this for the market, but they need to also work. But I believe that, as I told you, between now and Friday, we'll see different economic data emanating from these two largest economy in the world, China and US. That also will shape where the market will be flowing globally, and also here our market will know what is driving our market. As I mentioned, the GDP. I believe that today we will see that line, and also because of money market, attractive yield now in terms of Treasury B, that also well fund, and also inflation also fund also coming back to equity because we want to hedge against inflation, because the pressure on the factor that will drive the inflation pressure are still very very intact. That means we might continue to see this higher inflation, and that will also put most of this fixed income return on the red. And also I can tell you that the Treasury B outlook for the next TB primary market and coming next week Wednesday, it's likely that might see a decline for what we saw at 13.97, and this also is this missed outlook is what also I expect that will support the market this week, and also as we're entering the last month of Q3, and don't forget that this month of August is a very dicey month, even when we're seeing the improvement in activities. If you look at the history of the market, you can check our market. August is very, very dicey month. It has been a month all the years. Look at data. It has not been a favorable market for what for investor. But as we enter the month of September is supposed to sell in May and come back in October. But because September it has ushered out October, because we expect to see the Q3 number as from the the second week of September or the last week, you start seeing position taking. But because we have seen now in our market here that most of the State Bank can prove their result, to read the result in that September as notified the market. That will also change, the momentum of the market. But the good thing is that for those that are resigning investor, you must know the stock you are buying in this month of August, August and also September to position for what ahead of their Q3. Yes, I tell you that you must look at your fundamental, look at your technical, look at your sentiment. But in all this, critical thinking is very, very key, and that is why those in Investdata group, will rub mind together, will think around, so that with that community, we need to fine tune where we are going, and that's why we share our knowledge to know where to go. And I will tell you, those in that group, they've not been disappointed because of what we have guided them to a level that yes, you can look back and say yes. This year, 2023, I have made money. Previous year with this team, you can say since we started Investdata, we have seen that we have been consistent in what we do. That is why knowledge in equity investment is very, very important, and that's why we don't joke with it. And that's why this morning, as I'm telling you that the market across the globe is in green, and which is good. And what I told you, factors that are responsible for all this position, I also look forward to see that the data come is going to shape the market, as I have told you earlier. But we want to look at what is happening. I told you what is happening in Asia market. We can look at what is happening also in Europe. It's very, very important that we know that what is happening in Europe at this hour is very, very important, so that you also know exactly what is expected because after the meeting, we heard from what from the the chairman of Fed also that ECB also she spoke to that program. This that tell you to a guide, but I'll tell you that data will change the all this and perception of the market. That's why you need to understand all this as a trader or investor. Like I said, all the market has opened in green. Even in Europe, we have seen that shares there as also advanced also following what the tech stock also leading that pack, knowing that the news of what's happening in China also has also filtered to this market. And also even when they are trading with caution because of the kind of body language from the Fed chairman that likely but all this will be a function of data that are coming around. They know that yes, that inflation has come to affect them because of what also the pattern of intervention and also who they have done earlier before and who they will continue to feed the economy according to intervene. But because of what is happening now, they also to do with wisdom, and that's why we are seeing this up and down in the general market. We saw that. Oil price globally now has also ticked up this morning. But I tell you, oil ticking up this morning is still very, very dicey because if you are seeing that weak economic growth and also fear of demand, because if this data that emerged from this China about their operating margin for the month of August confirm, I will tell you that oil price will not stable at this price, likely to pull back. Already, I told you that one of the big oil refinery in China have put what a negative number, more than 20% down. Looking at their profit is a sign that what that the demand is very weak, and that's also reflecting. And for that, I don't see oil price sustaining, but it's good that it's still trading above what above $80 for those countries that are into oil production also to make money. But don't forget that once you go above this inflation that is coming also will go, and that's why the body language of the monetary policy makers is that they will try to kind of checkmate this inflation. That's why they might likely continue to hike rates, depending on where inflation will flow for. That's why another wave of hike might come or another wave of inflation might also come. That's why they are trying to play with caution, and that's why you too as a trader or investor, you must also follow to this line to know what is. Okay, if you come to US market, all the trading indicators as usual are in green now, supported by this news that what is happening, in China, as I mentioned earlier, and also we have seen that no, um, Apple has also revealed that the iPad will also be reviewed. These are the things that are driving the market in that domain. And as a result of this, we are seeing that investors are taking knowledge of all these factor driving sentiment to also to play the market with knowledge. And that is why you too, as a trader, even down here, you must also invest wisely to stay on the side of what of the activity driving the market, so that at the end of the day, it will become good for us to say yes, that the market is what on the straightforward direction. We must really know this in any market you are trading, whether you are doing futures, you are doing a commodity, cryptocurrency, you are doing FS. You must understand the sentiment behind the market is very, very key. Even when people talk about technical, talk about fundamental, talk about sentiment, these are very good analysis that will guide you. But like I said, thinking outside the box and thinking technically is very, very key when it comes to what investing. We must not take it away. We must always consider it when we are doing our investment, because this is our hard-earned money. You don't have to throw it out and you keep the market watching. No. And also timing is very, very key in the market. And that is why I said, sell in May, but our market are divide that sell in May. Now that we are seeing that the policy of government and government activities have changed, the month of August is very likely to close in positive the way it's going. And that is that September, what we're going to spread, we expect to see also a mixed market, because after we are seeing market sustaining the rally in this month again, people will take profit before they start seeing what the Q trading numbers. And that is why, but because I said earlier, the banking result we're expecting will also go up and down, and also the yield in the market, and also the yield in the equity market also whether you where to to position. That means you must look at the yield in every market, the yield in terms of dividend, the yield in terms of money market. This also what to be driving fund from one market to the other, and we call it a circular flow of fund moving from one market to the other, or one instrument to the other, looking for what reward, where there will be low risk and over higher return. These are the things market will always help us to do. But I tell you that you must not look away from what is happening in the environment where we are playing, so that you can stay ahead of the market. And also, when you see that a market is an uptrend, you must also take advantage of that up market to take profit. Because I say, don't fall in love with an up market, because no market will remain up. We continue to go up and down, and because you go up and down, you follow what the trend. Like like I always emphasize that you know how to take profit. As you're entering the market, you know your buying range, you know your stop loss, you know when to take profit. Once you have done that, you are good to go. But don't allow the market to take you up and that's the market to bring you down. That would be too bad. It means that you are just investing without knowledge. It is good to understand the market you are trading and do it with knowledge. Once you have done that, you are good to go. We quickly look at what is happening in our market so that we can have time to chart, to chart our own stock here, and look at what is happening exactly and how we can take advantage of it. Because the market has opened, on a good note in green, and which is sharp, green. If I tell you, because market has already moved above what again on Friday, it tells you that there's a trend and that trend is sustaining. But see, if we come to chart, we want to talk more on that. The market is still in the conservative range, but still we are seeing a lot of momentum improving, and also say buying sentiment improving, but still within the consolidation what range. That rectangle where I told you last time, market is still there, but we already seen that the market surpassing or the 66,000 is very high. The low is going, because if this trend sustains tomorrow, we're going to see market breaking out to almost 17 years high, and that will be a good news for our market. But in all this, can see that it is not all stock in the market are moving. You must also understand to know which sectors are moving and why they are moving, and how you can also go into that direction. That's why I said sector rotation will continue, portfolio rebalance will continue, and I believe that funds will enter in equity and fixed income market back and front, because by next week, when we see another TB option, you tell you where fund is going, but you must keep your eyes on this, because this yield in these two markets will look at where fund will go. You must balance it, and I believe that when Q3 come, Q3 will make it clear the direction where markets will go in, and that will define a lot of things in the market. That's why you must keep your eyes in the market. Don't invest and go and sleep. Watch the market and see what is happening. As we speak now, our market is in green, like I said earlier. I tell you, market that around Africa, Europe, even in Asia, US, I said earlier, are in green. For this hour, Nigeria the market is trading around the 65,915.64, up by 356.73 basic point, representing almost 0.48. Sorry, 0.448, and for me it's a good one. That means market is likely that is, you can say 0.5 as to speak, which is a good news. If you look at the market breadth is very positive for having 21 gainers against what 13 losers right away at this hour. Then we want to look at the market is strong and bullish as to speak. Look at the losers first to see for to turn to the gainers. As we speak now, we are seeing that name insurance is leading the loser part, which is the decline, followed by MC Nikos, and you can see Owando, you can see Japan Gold, and also GT Code. These are the ones that are leading the top 5 decliners. But if you go to the flip side, which is the green side now, we're looking at the top leading there is Dangote Sugar, and I can tell you, you can see the factor behind this. Sugar is already 52 naira 25 kobo, 10% up, followed by Omatech. You can see Thermos Wax also on the gainer start. Transcorp is there, and you can see NASCOM also in that direction. These are the top gainers as to speak. But in terms of volume, Transcorp is leading in volume about 24.588 million shares traded so far, followed by Dangote Sugar, 12.4 million shares traded so far. FTN Cocoa also have traded 7.4 million shares as to speak, and Japan Gold have traded also 7.34 million shares right away, and UBA is also trading. Have traded also 5.8 million shares at 13 naira 65 kobo as to speak. You can see that the market is still very active, but in terms of volume for me is relatively low at this hour compared to what we saw on Monday, on Friday, and on Thursday, relatively low. But I believe that market is still on. Let's see what. But in terms of market breadth positive, market on the green. We are seeing a good move this morning. We are seeing more buyers in the market right away compared to what are taking profit, waiting for one more trigger or what as to see at the first coming the Federal Executive Council on Wednesday. We want to see the plans and also what they are really not to do the next as a team now. Now that the council have been formed, we want to see here more from them. This is the state of the market right away as we speak now. But if we come back to the market, I mentioned about GDP. We have discussed that easily, earlier before now. But if you look at, I have said, what are the sectors that supported the GDP growth? That is where you should also be aligning your portfolio. These are very simple. Look at the earnings that came from the corporate earnings. You have there you where the sector that are doing well. And if you look at your GDP, that same sector is what has supported the GDP so far. It also tells you how to always look at your analysis and look at where to put your money. And this also go a long way to support what you are doing. You must understand whatever you are doing in the market so that at the end of the day you take what informed decision. You don't just follow bandwagon or what you must understand how to look at these data, the GDP, the company for the company earnings. You must look at how they are, they come together to tell you. Not just people that before the GDP came already invested know how the GDP will look like because we have seen the numbers as at half year, and when it came also in the line of what our expectation. We are not surprised that we are seeing this slow growth and also we are seeing the sectors that supported the GDP. Yes, we saw a marginal improvement from agriculture. We need to do more because that also can create employment for Nigeria. Let the government look at how to give the farmers a good security so that it encourage farming. You can't allow young graduates to go to farm in this kind of situation. We have to go to the bush to become something else. Where that is where there is money in terms of farming, but because of it's not secure, we want to make sure that our forest, our bush, our farms are secure so that we can encourage young farmers, those that even have gone to study agriculture in school, different, they also will be practicing, but because of what of insecurity, we are all on the street. I believe that when this thing is solved, a lot of improvement will come to our GDP. Yes, we'll come back to the market. I said earlier. If you look at the trend in the market here, as at on Thursday, we saw the market testing almost 66,185.04 before pulling back. You can see that trend is being sustained this morning. You can see that Friday was up. You can see that we're seeing extension here. But I want to also draw that line this morning again. To corroborate what we have said earlier, that the market is still on that consolidative range. Once it break out this range, to upper one, that is where we now say a new trend has continued entirely. And also that new trend, we want to confirm what the kind of volume that is supporting that new trend. We know that when the trend changed in the month of June, after presidential statement or policy statement, we saw volume coming out, but that volume has ceased. It tells you the chart here. I think I drew this thing last week. I'm still doing it here today. You can see that we saw that on Thursday. You can see this black line here. It tested it, across it a little before pulling back. But now we are seeing that the market is still within that range of the consolidation as we speak now. You can see here up to this level. You can see this is the big consolidation level that you can see. You can see it yourself here. This is a range that we are seeing up and down within this resistance and support level. And this is part of what speculative activities. You can go up here, you can buy, you can say okay, you buy here, you come here, speculate within this range until when it break out this one, and that is where another new trend will also continue. And today we already seen that market is doing doing 65,915.75 as we earlier. For me, it's a good one for the market. That means there's no cause for alarm. A breakout of this 66 will confirm a new trend, and if that happens by tomorrow or even before market close today, it's possible, and that will usher us to go into a new market entirely. And that also call for investors to be active and also to be very ready to take profit. When I mean ready, don't just fall in love with the market. When it is time for you to take profit, take that profit and also move away and wait for another opportunity to buy back. You must not keep holding a stock because you love the stock. No, when you have made profit or less other potential that are seen, can be what you take your profit slowly, but watch the trend. Is very, very important that you know all this so that you will not just jump out outrightly. And as you are taking profit slowly is very, very important, especially when you see that other factors is coming or we are seeing that the momentum is very strong. Because when the momentum will turn, it's a matter of minutes. And when it comes and you are here to take profit, you'll be struggling to take profit in that position. That's why you must know exactly when to take that profit so that you can also remain in profit. It's very, very important that we note all this. Yes, from the chart now, you can see exactly what I've told you earlier, where the market is now. And the volume we're seeing, as you can see, is relatively low. We'll quickly call up our indicators to help us do justice to this. Here I will call the ADS to see what is happening there, so that you also understand the importance of ADS to know the momentum behind the trend, to see the how what is the power, the energy behind the trend. If you're able to know that, also tell you whether you should jump out or not. But when you don't know, that is where you quickly jump out. But if you see there is momentum in that trend, you can also watch and see how far you go. And also when you are seeing now, you can see that we are seeing a build up now. Not I tell you earlier that when you see one trend, a day high there, that is not a trend. But when you are seeing trend building for 2-3 days, tell you that a trend has been formed, and you follow that trend also to enjoy the trend. Is very, very important. Yes, we have called up the yes. Let's quickly go for our T line and also our money flow. These things are very, very important. Look at our money flow. Go and look at our T line. This exponential moving average is very, very important to us, and I know that those in this class that have been following us know how important it is to us in Investdata. We don't joke with it. Any time frame we are using, it is necessary that it help you. It serve as your word for resistance and support level, and let you know the momentum in the market, how strong it is and how weak it is. Where is the market moving? If you look at the chart here, you can see that the market is already above the T line. For me, it's a good sign for us. And if you look at your ADS, I told you that whenever you see this blue one on top, there is strength, there is momentum in the market. You see when it was coming down here, you can see that momentum was weak. But right now we are seeing another touching the red here. It bounced back. It didn't cross down. It bounced back to say that something is happening. You can see that it's expanding now already. While the red is coming down, I can see that as we speak now, ADS for this stock the market right away now is still above 20. For me, it's a good one. That's why it's relatively low, but still a good one. Because it must see that the momentum is above 20 in terms of your using ADS to see how far it's going. Once it's above 20, so now it's reading almost 30, 27 point something or 27.6. For me, it's a good one. But you can see here from yourself. But you can see that also the money flow is going down, even as the market is going up. That is what also like a divergence. But let's still wait and see tomorrow. You can see that it's coming down. Try to cover again. Watch all this is very, very important. For this on a daily chart, let me look at what the chart is doing on a 1 hour chart to help us to know what the money flow is really doing proper and not other indicators. If you look at your 1 hour chart, it's a shorter time frame on a day chart. You can see that market is above the T line. You can see sharply, and the last 3 hours market has remained in green. After the sharp move here, you can see that it still maintained that green. There's no cause for alarm on. And you can see that the ADS is sharper here. ADS around 34 on the 1 hour chart. For me, it tells that there's strength in the market. And money flow is still looking up, broad flat here around 44, 45, which is almost 50. Once above 50, that is very, very good. If you look at 15 minutes chart, then we'll now quickly look at 5 minutes. On the 15 minute chart, I'll tell you, and the last 15 minutes, you can see that the market is still above the T line and start trading. Good one, can see that the momentum is high above 50. For me, there's no cause for alarm in the market right away. Just let's keep our finger crossed and invest well wisely in the market. Even on the 5 minute chart, you can see that 5 minute chart, you can see that it's flat on the T line. Yes, that will tell a sign of weakness there because we are seeing that the market is already on a on a 5 minutes on a 5 minutes that is what you need to know right away now for the market. You must understand that the market is side trending right away. You need to understand what the market is doing now. That at the end of the day, you know exactly what to do as the market is also side trending. You must understand this trend as a trader or investor so that at the end of the day, you know exactly what to do. That is why you must look at your chart very well. The time frames you are using is very, very key, very, very important. That's why I don't joke with them. I must explain all this. But we want to look at the top 5 stock now that is that is trading. If you can look at the top 5, or we don't look at the few ones that can permit us. But before I do anything, I want to look at what is the trend behind the Transcorp. This morning, you can see that Transcorp is also jumping up powerfully. Let's look at what is driving that Transcorp. I think we discussed it on Friday, but because of the momentum we are seeing this now, we need to also look at it briefly before we look at others. We are seeing the Transcorp, we are seeing Dangote Sugar, we are seeing Nascom, all catapulting all of us, are expecting rallying or gyrating. No, or anyone you want to use, you can see that this morning. Even on 5 minutes chart, you can see what is happening here. Then a day chart for Transcorp. Want to compare? So let me quickly go. You can see that the tele soldier, like I said, you can see it here, sharp, sharp. So this card momentum is still very strong. Morning flow is already 91. You can see the market, the ADS I told you. You can see after coming down, you can see that when it change, you can see the expansion. They start looking up, and the other one start going down. And as we speak now, ADS is reading 40. Good is very, very important for me to let you know. 40.0 is very, very, for me, it's a good one to look at this time, that this is the position of ADS. The strength, the momentum is very, very strong, and might see this one go touching 7 naira and surpassing it, until you see their third quarter result. Any slowdown will be more opportunity for people to take advantage of it. Like I said, I'll quickly check something on this stock for a month chart. You can see I discussed it. You can see that it's almost covering, where it thought is the highest it thought was the 680. I see this here. You can see it here in the last how many years, for 5 years. From the last 6 years, you can see it here. You can see that was which year. Let's quickly look at it here. Look at that was in 2014. 2014, if I'm right. 2014. 2014 when it touched that price. Since then it has not gotten there, but now it's heading there. You can see it has broken this resistance level. Once it break out this one here, that is a new price entirely we're seeing Transcorp, and that will be the highest price so far. Even when they tested 9 in previous year, early when it was listed in those days, when after the private placement. But now we're seeing that now the business and company is expanding. We're seeing activities improving. I see potential in the stock. Yes, quickly, cost of our time. I don't have time this hour, but I must do one. Let's look at the NASCOM. Also, NASCOM, can see the Dangote NASCOM. Let's see what is happening. These are stocks that are moving, but we need to know what is happening there. But as is another opportunity, you can see that NASCOM are still on that direction. You can see sharp, soldiers. Can see 1, 2, 3 sharp ones, strong ones, 10%. You can see that ADS, what you are seeing there, and this was on a monthly chart. You can quickly go on 15-minute chart to see. You can see that it's a trending, not going down. This 15-minute chart, you can see the momentum here, where it is and where the money flow is 50 for the stock for 1 hour again. You can see for the stock I want to look at is, let's look at what is happening in GPSC. I see potential in that stock. For those that are penny stock lovers, let's look at what is happening in this stock. This stock has a lot of potential. In moment for now, will also be seen. Now, this 1 hour chart, you can see that in the last 1 hour, it went up above the T line, was trading flat on the T line. Now, you can see it here, the black one, this one. But let's watch and see. The momentum here is very weak, because you can see that the price is below the T line here. But once able to cross the T line and sustain that uptrend, that is where you see. Already you can see that the blue was already coming up here before it turned down. Once able to cross it here, our eyes been, and once it cross the blue line, the red one up, and we'll see that the price break out this T line up. But for me, I see potential in this stock. That's why I say let us quickly look at it. This is stock also for you to also watch very carefully. Let's look at the chart of the stock. You can see that it's trading below the T line, and once able to confirm a breakout, that would be very nice. And you can only see that it's almost start closing up. See it here. You can see that it's looking up. Once able to cover a breakout, that is cover a new trend. I will say at this point now, where it is now, you can see this oversold region in terms of money flow. You can see, but once it cross 50, that's why I say reef one is setting the stop. But you must start from where it is now up before it crosses it, and that you see you want to look at it. I can see that also this level of 80 kobo, 83 kobo has become a strong resistance level to watch. Once they become a strong resistance level, even when it touch it here, it went back. This is where it is also trading. Like, look at this point here, look at this point. I see potential in this stock. Watch it carefully and also take advantage of uptrend. Those that are accumulating, go ahead and do the best you can do in this stock. On this note, I say thank you. See you tomorrow and enjoy the rest of your trading day. Bye.